be as entertaining as the other acts were, or the other performers were, but I may not be. I'm up here to be real thoughtful and real serious about what we're here for today, which is African American history. Black history is the name that we put on it. I like to start by saying that I haven't always been this type of dude that would put on a sweater vest and a shirt and wear the nice shoes and things like that, not to be too into myself, but I'm a guy who had experience on the other side of life as well. Being in jail more times than I wanted to be in, being a father of children at a young age. I had my first child when I was 17, who I now have full custody of, and I've had custody of him for 2 years. I've struggled through life. Plenty of times. I've had plenty of falls, but here I am, standing tall, speaking to a few of you all. So I like to get right into it. Pride. Pride is something that we all have lost sight of. It's something that our ancestors and forefathers had the courage to possess and display. It's something that our generation, my generation, has failed to realize, therefore resulting in this neglect. Me personally, I don't necessarily agree with the ideology of Black History Month for a few reasons. The first reason is that none of us are Black. Black is a color, not a race, not a nationality. So therefore, the term Black History Month will leave one lost to know who we truly are in the first place. Also, our history can never be limited to 1 month. When you speak about American history, you speak about African American history. So those are two of the reasons why I seriously don't agree with having a Black History Month. At any rate, the thing about our history is that it has always been in existence. And it runs a lot deeper than what is depicted in schools with Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks. It goes back way further than that. Our history dates back even further than slavery. It goes back to when we were in Africa, living as kings and queens, to our building pyramids and other great structures. It goes back to being the first truly civilized people, long before Victorian missionaries came into Africa, claiming to be bringing civilization to an already civilized people who they claim to be savage. We Africans were forming commercial empires and complex urban societies before Europeans or other nationalities ever thought about doing so. It is said that when one is standing on African soil, what is under your feet has been in place for over 300 million years. With that being said, we like to think that our history will always remain. But the question is, will it? And if it does, what about if us as a whole stay on the lost path that we currently travel? What will that history look like? What will our generation's history look like? Instead of being freedom fighters, revolutionists, and activists, it'll be a bunch of self-degrading, self-hating Negroes who cause their own extinction. These small pieces of our history that I just mentioned are the subjects that are lectured in history classes. Unfortunately, they're not even topics that we discuss amongst our own people. And you have to ask yourself, why is that? And it's because at this day and age, it's no one else's job to teach you about your own history. How much I have to stress the importance of informal education. We have to step back and look at our true start, where we have been, and since then where we were meant to go, and now where we currently are as a whole. And with that being said, I'd like to go into a little bit of African American history in Minnesota. The St. Paul Colored Gophers, one of Minnesota's first all African American baseball team that existed at least 20 years before Jackie Robinson ever stepped foot on a baseball field, right here in Minnesota. This all African American baseball league was made up of many teams, owned and operated by Black businessmen,